Welcome to the second night of the OperaLex 2021 virtual Encore event. Thank you for joining us this year in this special online platform. We look forward to a night of community, celebration, and most importantly, music. Without further ado, here are your hosts for the evening, Dr. Sandy Archer and Dr. Everett McCorvey.
Good evening and welcome to the second night of Virtual Encore 2021 sponsored by OperaLex. I'm your co-host for the evening, Dr. Sandy Archer, and I'm proud to be serving as OperaLex president. I'm thrilled to be with you tonight. It's great to be sharing my hosting duties once again with the great impresario, Dr. Everett McCorvey.
Thank you, Dr. Archer, and welcome back. We're so delighted to have you here. I serve as the artistic director of OperaLex, and we hope that you're continuing to stay safe and healthy and happy during this time, and we're honored that you have chosen to spend another night with us.
And we are vaccinated.
We are.
As many of you know, we're used to being together in person for this annual fundraising event. Last year, we took on the task of making this a virtual presentation, and it was such a success that we decided to do it again this year. We're delighted to present you with 2 more nights of virtual encore entertainment right from the comfort of your own homes.
Thanks, Sandy. And tonight, you can look forward to more performances from our University of Kentucky Opera Theater students, faculty, and alumni, interviews with honored guests, and OperaLex Scholarship awardees. This year, we had the exciting opportunity to film many of these performances in person on the stage of the Lexington Opera House. You are in for a real treat, so without further ado, we're going to turn you over to some of the wonderful singing from these talented students.
And I'm so excited.
I am too.
Thank you.
Era buona la voce. A vittoria, vittoria. Ma non capite? Oh, che zucconi! Si corre dal notaio, messer notaio presto, via da Buoso Donnati c'è il gran peggioramento, fu il fare testamento, portato su con voi le pergamene, presto messere se no è tardi. Ed il notaio viene. Entra, la stanza è semi-oscura, dentro il letto intravede di buoso la figura. Sta la cappellina, al viso la pezzolina, fra cappellina e pezzolina, un naso che pal quello riposo ha invece il mio, perché al posto riposo ci son io lo schicchi con altra voce forma io falsifico in me poi siete neti pestando e dando al testamento norma oh gente questa amata bizzarria che mi zampilla nella fantasia e tale da sfidar l'eternità.
This lovely life so easy to forget. I thought I'd grown immune to them, and yet he's such a love, he's such a lovely, lonely man. How did he touch my heart? How did this feeling start? This glow that feels so warm inside, this sudden summer storm inside. My life now has a plan to someday make him see that I need him as much as he needs me. Oh, what a love! Oh, what a lovely, lonely man! Oh, how I love this one and only lonely man. Oh, how I love, oh, how I love, oh, how I love this one and only man.
What a wonderful start to the evening. For those who aren't familiar with our organization, the mission of OperaLex is to enhance the general public's awareness and appreciation of opera in Central Kentucky and throughout the Commonwealth, primarily through support of the opera program at the University of Kentucky, including but not limited to awarding of student scholarships under the direction of the Board of Directors and the continuation of the corporation's educational and public programs. And for more information, please go to our website at operalex.org.
We are so glad you're here, and we appreciate your support of OperaLex and UKOT. Our students are doing amazing things around the world, but we could not do it without the financial support of OperaLex. Sandy Archer, his board, and the Bravo Guild do so much to make sure that our university and its students can continue to provide the best training possible and that our community can enjoy world-class talent right here in Lexington.
The funds raised tonight will go to support the Tom and Marilyn Getchell Scholarship. This scholarship is a matching fund and an opportunity to change the lives of UK opera theater graduate students by giving them the means necessary to continue their education and training. This scholarship is named in the honor of the late Tom Getchell, who served as board member and president of OperaLex. With his wife Marilyn's passing last year, it now honors both of them. Both Tom and Marilyn were fierce champions for our students, and you can help further their legacy by donating tonight. Graduate students are selected based on coursework, financial need, and GPA. If you care to contribute, your pledge will help these extraordinary students. Please give generously.
It really makes a difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Getchell Scholarship came to me at a time during graduate school when my family was going through some major transitions. It enabled me to complete my master's degree, both worry-free and debt-free. For that, I am eternally grateful. Please know that your generous gift supports creative artists who continue to pay it forward as performers, educators, and entrepreneurs. Your investment in the Getchell Scholarship is an investment in the future. And the future is bright, y'all, and full of hope. Thank you for your continued support of OperaLex and UK Opera Theatre.
Nicht eure Hände düstrem Traum, da aus dir geschieden, wie erschienst du mir, aus mir entfloh die Freuden, die Freude zog aus dir. Wie jetzt meine Rosen hoch sich hebet, so scheinst du jetzt nicht stolz und hehr, die dich und mich so nah belebet, nicht weil die Warne mehr. Wie jetzt meine Busen hoch sich hebet, so scheinst du jetzt mich stolz und hehr, der dich und mich so neu belebet, nicht läge, weil die Warne mehr. Sei mir gegrüßt, sei mir gegrüßt, du teure Ahne, sei mir gegrüßt, sei mir gegrüßt, du deine Ahne, sei mir gegrüßt.
We want to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor for tonight's event, Liquor Barn.
LiquorBarn.com.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
In the 2019-2020 season of the Metropolitan Opera, they staged the classic Porgy and Bess, and we had the honor of seeing 8 of our UK Opera Theater students in that production. This opera is very special to me, of course, because the Met is where I met my wife, Alicia, in the debut production of Porgy and Bess in 1984. And now the singers in this 2019 version can call themselves Grammy Award-winning singers. And we are so proud of how they represented the University of Kentucky Opera Theater and OperaLex. So please enjoy this selection from Porgy and Bess.
In the living is easy.
The alumni from the UK Opera Theatre program go on to do amazing things. They serve their communities all over the world, working as performers, educators, and arts advocates. It is always a delight when we get to sit down with them and hear what they've been up to. And tonight we get to do just that. Miss Jenna Day, a UK Opera Theatre alumna herself, sat down with recent UK grad and Paducah native Blake Denson to talk about his recent successes in the opera world. Please enjoy.
Always an honor to be back with the OperaLex family for the Encore event. Today, I'm really excited to be talking to Blake Denson, someone who I knew from UK. Our time sort of overlapped at UK, and who is an incredible singer, an amazing baritone. I'm so excited that you guys get a little peek and insight into his life as an alum. So Blake, welcome.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going really well. It's good to see you. Good to see your
Good
face.
to see
Good
you.
to see that you're doing so well. So tell us a little bit, because for me, knowing you, and I remember you coming in as a freshman and just thinking, wow, what an incredible instrument. When did you know, like as a young person, when did you know, like, okay, yes, of course I can sing, but like, wait, I can sing, and I need to do something with this?
I would probably say it was later than what people think. I didn't really realize that I could sing until I was probably, to be honest, I didn't realize I could sing until I won the Met. That was when I really realized, like, oh, I can actually sing.
Really?
I'm serious, like last year, about a year ago. I always knew that I could sing, and I always knew that I had a gift musically, because before I sung, I was a percussionist. So I always understood music a lot better than a lot of other things. But I didn't realize that I could move a crowd until I was on the stage of the Met. Like a surreal moment like that, to where you really sit and like, wow, all these people are watching me, and like what I do, they react to. I didn't really realize that.
The wonderful people that this
Mhm.
program kind of cranks out. I mean,
Yeah, it does.
not to say they're not wonderful when they come in, but it just seems like UK, not only do they build great singers, I think they build great connections, they build
Mhm.
great character, they build great confidence,
Yeah,
and they build people who are inspired to really use their instrument, not just for themselves, not
yeah,
just to get applause, but to really to move people, to connect people, to bring
yeah.
people on that journey. And that's what I was thinking about when I was listening to you. And my question for you is, what was it before? I mean, we know now in retrospect how amazing UK is and how amazing the faculty
Yeah,
is. We still stay in contact with them.
yeah, yeah.
What was it as a freshman, though? Incoming freshman, I'm sure that you had applied to a lot of different places. What was it that attracted you originally to UK?
A lot. It wasn't until my junior year at UK that I actually decided that I wanted to do opera as a career. So I was getting my undergrad degree in music, but I was still teeter-tottering back and forth of whether or not I even wanted to go into this as a career. Um, and the faculty, not they all knew that. They knew that um, that I still was a little undecided, but as I said, they gave me that room to grow. It wasn't, let me shove this down your throat because I see the potential in you and I know what you can be. It was, you have to make the decision on your own, and we're here to help you walk through that decision. I think I have great relationships with everyone that's on the faculty. I have a great relationship with Dr. McCorvey, and I didn't study with Dr. McCorvey. I studied with Dr. Bender. I still have a great relationship with Dr. Bender. When I was at the Met, he was one of the first people I called and was like, hey, I want you to come up here and be a part, of this, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the seeds that you sowed in me when I was 18. Dr. Bender did things for me. It helped me in ways financially, ways mentally that people don't even know about. You know, they're not just voice teachers. They don't just go in there and play scales and help you figure out your voice. It's truly a partnership for 4 years. And they have to be invested in you, because if they're not, you're not going to succeed. So I believe that it changed me in mature ways. Not only just the voice teachers, Nan McSwain, who is still there. Some of the hardest conversations that I've ever had with a person was with Nan. Nan was really the person that was like, hey, you need to get this together and figure out what you're going to do. She was one of the people that really, really believed in me going forward. You know, I wanted to go to a master's program, but I didn't have the repertoire to figure out how to go to a master's program and apply. Nan was the person that helped me figure that out. So, I mean, I'm so grateful. Even Professor Jackson, I didn't study with Professor Jackson. I coached with him sometimes, but he was always a person that was there to speak wisdom into me. And there's still, I remember there's a saying that Professor Jackson told me that I tell my daughter now, who is 2, and that I tell my wife. Professor Jackson told me my senior year, when I was debating whether I needed to go to a master's program or try to go to the business, which that would have been horrific because I didn't know anything. He told me, and he wrote it in a letter, and he wrote it in a card for graduation, that he said, one thing that the Lord has always told me is that when you are in purpose, your way will be made easier. And to this day, I still say that. To this day, that's something that I still pray over myself to this day. So I'm so grateful for UK. I'm so grateful for all the people that have sold into my life from there. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional because I'm thinking back on difficult days that I had. And it was those people that spoke life into me, and I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for them. And I haven't told them in a long time. I haven't been able to speak to them because of COVID and because of different situations, but I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for the school and all the people that have sold into me.
That's amazing. Well, I definitely think that your way has been made easier because
Yeah.
you are living your purpose, you know, as a man, as an artist, as everything that you were created to be. And I'm so thankful as I just listened to you that you are doing what you're doing and that God's raised you to where you are.
Yeah.
Like, that's so incredible. And like you, I feel the same gratitude for such a
Yeah.
wonderful place and all the incredible people. I mean, and that's really why we have the OperaLex event.
Yeah.
That's why we are doing these interviews, these performances, because it is so imperative that the story doesn't end with us, that the
Yeah.
story doesn't end with the alumni, but that it keeps going, and that people
Yeah.
are generous and that they give to this program, because it really is. It's changing people's destinies. It's changing
is.
people's directions. It's providing opportunities for people who never even imagined that they could have opportunities. And it's releasing voices for people who never even believed that they could really do
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
you know? And I want people to be generous because this program, it has to keep going and it has to grow because it's such a special place,
Yeah.
a little piece of heaven for me. Little piece of heaven in Kentucky is
Yeah.
there in the opera program.
OperaLex, you just never know what your generosity can do for somebody.
Yeah.
You never know that $10 that that $100, what it can do for somebody, especially somebody like me who, when I came out of high school, I didn't know. I had no idea what I was gonna do. And I still have relationships with people in the OperaLex now that, when I was in college, there were days where I didn't know what I was gonna eat, and lo and behold, a check comes in the mail of somebody that just had me on their heart. So you just have no idea what your generosity can do for people. So I'm very grateful.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Blake, for just sharing your heart with us. You know, it's like your talent's incredible, your heart's incredible too. And thank you for sharing both with us for this event. And we're just so excited for you and all the incredible opportunities that are coming up for you in terms of performances now in your program, but also the long-term international career that you're going to have, because I just know it's going to be big. I'm going to see you at the Met. I'm going to fly to New York. I'm going to get on a flight from LA to New York to go hear you perform at the Met. And I can just see you performing all over the world. And I'm so thankful for just the artist and the man that you have become and that you are and that you're showing up in the world to be. So thank you for this interview.
I'm very grateful. Thank you all.
The Getchell Scholarship was an unexpected blessing. It took the financial burden off of my husband and I and allowed me to fully delve into all of the incredible opportunities that UKOT has for its students. I started teaching in the local community. I was able to perform with UKOT on the main stage, and I finished my master's degree on time. The course of my education and experiences were radically changed for the better. It also allowed me to believe in myself and have a newfound confidence in my gift that I never had before. I am truly thankful to be counted as one of the Getchell Scholars. Your generosity could be the difference in someone's life, just like it was with mine. Thank you so much for supporting OperaLex and the students of UK Opera Theatre.
We are excited to announce our shows for the 21-22 UK Opera Theatre season. They will be La Boheme and The Magic Flute. We look forward to sharing these timeless classics with you. Please enjoy some performances of our students, faculty, and alumni from these wonderful operas.
Gelida manina, se la lasci riscaldar, cerca giova, al buio non si trova. Ma per fortuna in una notte di luna, e qui la luna l'abbiamo vicina. Aspetti, signorina, le dirò con due parole chi son, chi son e che faccio, come vivo. Vuole. Chi son? Chi son? Sono un poeta. Che cosa faccio? Scrivo e come vivo? Vivo. In povertà mia lieta, scialo dar gran signore, rimeninni d'amore, per sogni e per chimere e per castelli in aria. L'anima milionaria, palada del mio faziere, ruban tutti i gioielli, due ladri gli occhi belli. V'entrar con voi pur ora, ed i miei sogni usati, e i miei sogni miei, tosto si dileguar, ma il futuro non m'accora. Poiché fa preso stanza la
Glad to be back on stage with my partner in crime, Dr. Everett McCorvey, for the second night of Encore 2021. And it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Mary Powell. Mary is the 2021 recipient of the Ellen Rice OperaLex Service Award for all the accomplishments she's performed with our organization and her dedication to the arts and opera in Central Kentucky. Mary's been a fixture for our program well before even Everett arriving at the program. So that's how far back she goes. So without further ado, let me introduce Mary. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Sandy. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm so glad to see you, and I'm so glad that we were able to nominate and you would accept the award for the Ellen Rice Service Award for the OperaLex program. This is just wonderful.
I am so honored that you've given me this award, particularly since it's named for Ellen Rice, such a wonderful person, and we all miss her still very much.
So, Mary, we know that you not only love opera, you support opera around the country. You go to different places and listen to opera. So how did you get interested in opera?
Well, I grew up in North Alabama in a family of musicians. My mother was a piano teacher in our home. I had two great aunts and two cousins who were piano teachers. My great grandmother, the niece of the man who founded our town, Colburn, Alabama, she had founded the Symphony Club. She was the first music teacher and established the school music program. So I grew up surrounded by music, and music of different kinds, because some of them loved symphonic music, some of them loved opera. My great aunts would go to Birmingham every year when the Metropolitan Opera made its tour. And I was fortunate to go on the last year that the Met came to Birmingham. I think that was 1954. And I saw Il Trovatore, which was my first opera. But I grew up loving music. And when I moved to Lexington and was introduced to the opera activities, I thought, boy, this is something I would love to be part of.
That's wonderful because, you know, that's one of the things that we are always interested in. We love it when we have our citizens in the city come and participate. And I talk to the board members all the time about the fact that to be around these young artists, these students, and these young people who are at the beginning of their career development, it's really exciting to see them grow. And you've seen several while you have many while you've been here.
Oh, yes. And it's been wonderful. They are such nice people to work with.
Well, I think that's one of the ways that we are able to get more people participating, having people like you involved. You have been just a blessing and a godsend to our program.
Well,
And
thank
we
you,
really
Everett.
appreciate that.
It's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of different things, everything from organizing the costume collection, drawing on my experience as a museum curator and organizer of collections. And I've worked with a Bravo newsletter. And now I put together the weekly Bravo Guild weekly bulletin that goes out by email every Monday. And that has spurred me to investigate a lot of different websites all over the country and in Europe to get information for the bulletin. So it's been fun.
Tell us, Mary, you've had the opportunity of enjoying all of the music that the UK Opera Theatre has put together. What would you consider to be one of your favorites? I know it's probably very difficult to choose just one performance, but if you had to choose a highlight performance and perhaps the artists or artists that were in it, can you recall which one you would choose?
Yes, Phantom of the Opera with Michael Priestley as the Phantom.
That was spectacular.
And a tough act to follow.
Yes, yes. Although this was a difficult answer because Les Mis was wonderful. All of the people in that were great. Gosh, I love Amal and the Night Visitors.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
love
that
that.
many times, and I just tear up at the end every time.
So if I remember correctly, and you can of course correct me if I'm wrong, the only thing you've not been involved with is Grand Night for Singing on stage, or have you been on stage for that?
No, I am a backstage worker. I have been all my life. I worked in college theater at Birmingham Southern College back in the 1960s, and I loved backstage work. And Everett, I must say, you have been the boss from heaven to work with. Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much. I'm telling you, it's a wonderful collaboration because we have a lot of great people who have great skills. And the key to success, I think, is to let everybody who have, you know, if a person has a specific skill, let them take that skill and run with it and get out of their
Yes.
way.
Mhm.
And so I have found that everything you've been tasked to do or asked to do, you're always just right on the spot, and we never have to worry, and we just try to get out of your way so that
Thank you.
so
And
that
as,
you can do it.
and as the late Myra Tobin said, all you have to do is show up.
That's right.
Certainly
Mhm.
showed up for everything we've asked you to do and volunteered for every other thing that we couldn't even imagine asking you to participate in. So, on behalf of OperaLex and this year's Encore performances, I want to thank you again for accepting the Ellen Rice Service Award from OperaLex and wish you well and look forward to many more years of collaboration with you, Mary, and with Dr. McCorvey as well.
Thank you very much. I look forward to collaborating with both of you and with Kelsey for many years. Thank you.
The Getcho Scholarship was an incredible financial support at a time when I didn't know if I'd be able to complete my doctoral studies at the University of Kentucky. Immediately after my graduation in 2017, I was hired as a voice professor at DePaul University, a small liberal arts college in Indiana with a well-reputed school of music. And I think that without the financial help I received from the Getcho scholarship, I probably wouldn't have had this opportunity. With the education I received and the experience I had in singing in several UK opera theatre productions, now I'm able to help many young students to pursue their passion for singing. So please know that your donation is going a long way and will enhance many lives in the years to come. Please give generously, and thank you for supporting OperaLex and the students of UK Opera Theatre.
Welcome again to night 2, and thank you so much for joining Virtual Encore 2021. In lieu of doing auction items like we had last year, we're just focusing on raising funds for marvelous graduate students at the UK Opera program through the Getcho Scholarship. Please consider donating and be generous for these wonderful students, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Tonight's event is dedicated to the memory of recently passed OperaLex board member, Myra Tobin.
Well, once again, we are at the end of our time together. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you're moved, entertained, and educated about the incredible operatic talent that is abundant in our community and in UK Opera Theatre's global reach. As president of OperaLex, I am so proud to be part of this incredible legacy.
Well, and thank you, Sandy, and thank you to our audiences for your support. We truly could not do this without what you do for these students and the support of OperaLex. Thank you for investing in our students, and we look forward to hosting you tomorrow, our final night of entertainment. So thank you and good night.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor for this event, Liquor Barn. This would not be possible without your support. Be sure to come back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for more performances, interviews, and the opportunity to change the lives of the UK Opera Theatre students with your donations to the Getchell Scholarship Fund.